Mario, Zelda, Metroid, Pokemon, Sonic, Halo. Every fandom has its devout following. Which games are truly deserving? And which games are best viewed from rose-colored glasses? Maybe nostalgia has deceived us. What do you think? Welcome to Video Game Bonanza, a single elimination tournament where we put games head-to-head to see who stands above the rest and who will earn the coveted All-Star title.
Welcome to the 5th episode of Video Game Bonanza. We're very thankful for all of the participation so far, and we are excited to dive into the video. Today, we will be having our semifinal matchups, so if you want your voice to be heard, please be sure to drop a comment below and make your votes clear. Before we do that, we will go over each of the 4 quarterfinal matchups to see who will earn spots in the Final Four. Let's get started. First up, in the top of blue, we have the number 1 seed, Super Mario Bros. 3, facing off against the number 8 seed, Final Fantasy 1. Like round 1, this matchup was the most lopsided among our community. Super Mario Bros. 3 received 13 votes from you all, while Final Fantasy 1 received just 5. This gets things started with a quick 5-0 lead for Super Mario Bros. 3. Next up, we will check in on our members. While it was not unanimous, the members still decided to go for Super Mario Bros. 3 by a score of 5-1, and that put Super Mario Bros. 3 over the top at a score of 10 electoral votes to 1. Our final 2 committees also voted in favor of Super Mario Bros. 3, the founders by a score of 3-0, and the council by a score of 4-1. In total, this brings Super Mario Bros. 3 to a victory of 14-1 over Final Fantasy 1. Our second matchup features the number 4 seed, Super Mario Bros. 2, facing off against the number 5 seed, Mega Man 3. And this matchup proved to be much closer. The community narrowly voted in favor of Mega Man 3 by a score of 10-8. This gives Mega Man 3 the early 5-0 lead. The founders voted for Mega Man 3 by a count of 2-1, and this pushes the lead to 7-0. The council voted differently, however, for Super Mario Bros. 2 by a score of 3-2, and this brings our score to 7-2 in favor of Mega Man. Finally, we have our members to check in on. 4 members voted for Mega Man 3, while 2 went for Super Mario Bros. 2. This brings our final score to Mega Man 3 of 11 electoral votes and Super Mario Bros. 2 4 electoral votes. This is our first ever second round upset. Moving over to the red side of the bracket, we have the number 3 seed trying to pull off another thriller against number 6, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. For the second week in a row, the Metroid matchup proved to be the closest one. The founders voted unanimously for the Turtles, and this gives it a quick 2-0 lead. Next up is the Council. The Council voted in favor of Metroid by a score of 3-2, and this ties our matchup at 2-2. I want to mention the members next. 4 voted for TMNT, and 2 voted for Metroid, which brings our score to 6-4 in favor of the Turtles. Finally, in a very, very close matchup, Metroid outvoted Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 by the audience, 10 votes to 9. Once again, the audience went 10 for Metroid and 9 for TMNT 2. And thus, Metroid secures the 5 electoral votes and wins this matchup 9-6. For the second straight week, number 3 Metroid narrowly escapes. Finally, we have Cinderella DuckTales, the 10 seed, taking on The Legend of Zelda, which is slotted at number 2. Unfortunately, there just wasn't much drama here. Many members in the community tried to cause some real chaos, but DuckTales fell short 11 votes to 7 to The Legend of Zelda, and this gives Zelda a quick 5-0 lead. Next up, both the founders and the council voted in favor for The Legend of Zelda by a margin of 1 vote, 2-1 for the founders, 3-2 for the council. This brings Zelda to 9 electoral votes to 0. And finally, 5 members went for Zelda and 1 went for DuckTales. This gives us a grand total of The Legend of Zelda 14 and DuckTales 1. The semifinals are set. The blue championship will be between number 1, Super Mario Bros. 3, and number 5, Mega Man 3. The red championship will be between number 2, The Legend of Zelda, and number 3, Metroid. Please cast your votes below, and we will see you in the next video.
Will your game make it to the next round? Find out next time on VGB.